trusted house sitters. It's been a game changer for our travels. Like, wow.
Wow.
Hey, I'm Monica.
And I'm Matt.
Together, we're discovering the world as digital nomads, traveling the globe in search of unique experiences.
And we'll show you how along the way.
We're setting our status quo
to go.
We traveled Western Europe for 6 months and we barely had to cover lodging while we were there.
So we did the math and our entire journey was 181 days. 150 of those 181 days, we didn't pay $1 for accommodations to stay somewhere.
Trusted Housesitters is a website that's membership based that pairs you with people looking for pet sitters while they're away on holiday all over the world.
So these people leave for sometimes a few days, sometimes a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. We like the 4-week and up stays. And it pairs you with someone who goes out of town, and the deal is you watch their house, you watch their pet, you walk their pet, feed their pet, and it's an equal exchange. They don't pay you, you don't pay them, you just have a place to stay, and they have peace of mind that their pet is taken care of. It's a win-win, it's amazing.
Win-win for everyone because they have the peace of mind, but we have the animals that we get to take care of. Having a pet while we're abroad, so cool.
So we're the type of people that when we go to an Airbnb and the owner goes, "Oh, I have a dog or two, I hope that's okay." We go, "No, that's fantastic.
Thank you."
We'd appreciate extra animals.
I would have paid extra for the pet.
So this is kind of all based around pets and taking care of pets. We get to stay in a house and have an extra pet. That's a win for us.
So if you don't like pets, animals in general, this is not for you. You're mostly gonna take care of dogs. There's lots of cats too, and you water their plants, you get their mail, you walk the dog.
Sometimes there's chickens involved.
We took care of chickens, that was cool. Sometimes there's horses involved. I've seen it. We've never taken care of it,
that's
to be fair.
That's out of our...
But I know that there are horses on Trusted Housesitters, which is cool.
But if you're thinking you're just going to go to these houses and that's your home base and you're going to be out all day and not come home, this is not for you. You still have to take care of pets.
Did it get in the way of our travel schedule? Not really. It wasn't so much of an inconvenience for us. We were able to really settle down in these homes, get comfortable, feel like we're having the experience that we live in that particular city. And there were listings in places all over the world. And there's so many options, so many types of houses, so many types of animals that you can be choosy on the type of responsibility that you want to acquire, depending on the kind of pet you're having. Cats are really easy.
Think Airbnb filters. You know, do you want to only deal with dogs? Great, filter dogs only, or cats, or location. Do they have a car? Sometimes the car is included. So I was worried about not being able to get around, but it's Europe, so you have really great public transport, buses, subway. But we were in the French countryside in the middle of nowhere, and you definitely need a car. And guess what? Most of these, well, not most of them, but a lot of them had cars included. You get to have the car for the month. Amazing.
How does insurance work for the car? In certain countries, it's really easy. They just add you to their policy and bam.
Maybe one time I had to pay maybe $50 extra to cover the week I had the car, but 9 times out of 10, I don't have to do anything. I don't have to pay extra.
For a week.
They just add my name to the car and the insurance covers it. It's great.
Easy. So this website is a subscription-based membership.
I know what you're thinking. Subscription-based, never mind, I don't want that. It's about $150 a year. We pay for that for maybe a night stay or a 2-night stay for an Airbnb. Don't worry about the $150. It pays for itself over and over and over.
Wow.
We use this service, I don't know, 20 times maybe, and we don't pay each time we use it. You pay the $150 for the year, that's it. There's different tiers that give you insurance if they cancel on you. It's a fantastic service.
So where are these sits located? Well, they have them all over the world. Mostly in the UK though, because it is a British company.
You'll find Western Europe, you'll find Portugal and Spain and Amsterdam. So as a general idea, if there's 85 English stays in England, there's maybe 6 in Spain. So you're gonna have a lot more in England all the time, more regularly.
Yeah, but we did get around. We went to Spain, Portugal, Netherlands, we went to Amsterdam.
England, France.
All over England. Oh, we were in France for quite a while. Yeah. And because we were in England, we got to visit Scotland.
We were there for a few hours. You know what? We're going to count it. We're going to count it.
So it really gave us access to travel all over Western Europe. It was awesome.
It was better than we ever thought it could possibly be. So I was worried about, I don't know, these dogs. Are they gonna be terrible dogs? Are they gonna eat all my clothes and chew my shoes? Are they gonna run off? No. Our experience with about 20 different dogs, they were the sweetest,
They're so good.
most well-trained, lovely dogs.
Because people that will use and worry about the safety of their animals really care about them and take care of them.
Most of these dogs had delivery wet food or raw food that would come in the mail. I mean, the dogs ate better than we did half the time.
Wow.
So these were really spoiled but sweet,
well-trained dogs, for sure. You know, I was worried about not being able to get someone who was interested in us as sitters because we didn't have too much experience at the time.
We didn't have any reviews on the website.
And no reviews, right. But Trusted House Sitters lets you upload an external referral, and that really got the ball going.
We were thinking, you know, we don't have any reviews. That's going to hurt us. People aren't going to choose us because we just don't have any reviews. And really, we were a lot of people's first choice.
So it was cool because at first we started as rookies of Trusted House Sitters, and soon we got really acquainted with the process of like finding a listing. Oh, so how to find a listing. Let's talk about that.
Let's talk about it.
Okay, so it's pretty easy. How does it work? You reply to people's posts and set up an interview if they're interested in your profile, and you have an official interview. Sometimes it's really long.
Sometimes you don't have an interview at all.
No,
they
and
just leave you the keys and say, keys are here, have fun, and we'll see you in 6 weeks.
Yeah, so you're gonna see a lot of different styles of posts, but mostly we had a good experience the whole time.
So more times than not, I would input certain dates to the website filter and I would get exact dates of stays. And I thought to myself, okay, I got lucky a few times, but it can't happen over and over. 83% of the time, if I needed a day covered, it was covered.
Perfect.
There were a few times where I couldn't find a weekend covered, so I did have to Airbnb it maybe for a day or 2 or 3. But most of the time, I was covered. It's that good.
So we must tell you that you should expect that there are some downsides to Trusted House Sitters, like you're gonna have certain chores that you're responsible for.
This does not happen in most of the stays, but it's something to look out for.
Because we had to commit to long stays in certain places, we also had to commit to a lot of chores, and that was fine. We were willing to do that, but heads up, you might not be.
We did have a few stays that had a lot of chores, a lot of lawn mowing and walking the dogs, bringing them to the vet, a lot of just house maintenance, kind of things like that.
Taking the car to the mechanic.
Taking the car to the mechanic for an oil change. In the States, we get an oil change in about 45 minutes. In France, it takes about 9 days. So you're not getting that car back for 9 days.
In countryside France.
Right.
Okay.
These are not all the stays. These, you know, we did 20 stays, so maybe 1 or 2 of these had these.
When we've done this here where we live in the United States, when we got back home, we had a dog that we had to take really good care of because he had he was a bit sickly. He had a lot of medical conditions. We went into it knowing because we wanted to take care of him. It was Harley.
He was epileptic, 1 eye. He was the sweetest little guy.
So sweet. And all the dogs, all the cats, animals that we took care of were so polite, well behaved.
Except for Trevor.
Except for Trevor, the chicken, the rooster.
He was the rooster. Trevor was
feisty.
So there's 1 big male, that's Trevor, and there's 13 other little female chickens. So he's like the big boss of the group, and he looks after them and makes sure they don't get messed with. So when we were feeding them, you know, he wants to protect them. So he would come up to Monica and peck at her a little bit on the feet, which I just thought was hilarious. Yeah. I'm terrified of chickens, but not this one. She went in every time. It was great.
Because he was protecting his flock. He didn't know us.
We don't know if it's a flock, but sure.
It's a flock.
Is it a flock?
It's a flock of birds. Chickens.
Flock of seagulls.
I mean, they're birds.
And I ran so far away. Couldn't get away.
Okay, you got me.
He's a rooster, but he's terrifying.
He was terrifying. He was huge. He was larger than the dog.
Yeah, but we would go in the coop every day, take fresh eggs out.
It was cool.
Scrambled eggs right from the coop every day. Yeah. I mean, it was so cool.
One of them laid a blue egg.
Yeah, it was like a blue-green egg.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
It was really cool. So in summary, TrustedHouseSitters.com. One of the best things we've ever done. I mean, we just can't talk about it enough.
So we highly recommend. If you like animals, definitely consider using trusted house sitters as a resource to get around the world.
It is the best thing we've ever found out about. It is such a game changer. We cannot talk more highly of it. We just can't recommend it any higher. Check it out, it's awesome.
And we want you to be able to experience this, which is why we're hooking you up with a 25% off link in the description below. We'll help each other out. I think we get like...
You scratch my back, I scratch yours.
And, you know, that's the name of the game.
Back scratching.